But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, in your head,
Have I got some big truth for you today? So sit back and ask yourself, what's in your head?
It's the same old themes since 1916. In your head, you're still fighting. With their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are dying. In your head, somewhere. What's in your head? In your head, somewhere.
Thank you so much, Zombie by EYWA. One of these days, I'm going to learn how to pronounce your name properly and give you full honor because I really do dig that song and I appreciate you letting me use that in my shows. So, I promised you something big today. I want to keep it short, and the reason why is because, like I've been shown so many times, most people can't even stick around for 2 minutes worth of action. And of course, I've got lots of it. This is something that I put out very recently, last week to be exact. And there's some very big phenomena in the footage. So I'm going to take you to that footage. And I'm going to play that footage. And I'm not going to say a word. And you know how hard that is with my big mouth. And I'm going to see if either of the two people that are in the live stream right now happen to notice what it is. Make sure to see what I'm wearing right now because it's going to matter. Not that I'm a fashionista like anybody knows, but this is important shit. And then we're going to talk about why it's important shit. But for now, please watch this with both of your eyes. Don't turn away for a minute. Ding dongs.
That was his way of describing he had a very limited English at the time. But this, yeah. This is very basic. When we get through our work, we have to do. We usually wind up doing this. And you do it because you want to do it. We do it because we want to do it. Las Vegas, after you've done 2 shows.
Heck, who is that? Why do they keep doing that?
They're up in the suite singing all the way till like 6. So we do 2 shows a lot of times, and we'll go upstairs and sing until daylight. You know, gospel songs.
How do you do it?
Not too often. When you're working every night there.
I mean, what does it do for you to get into this? Is it like
I think it more or less puts your mind at
Hey,
ease.
where'd
It does
she go?
mine. Because you've been really concentrating and everybody's been working out. So these things we know, it's like old friend. Hey. And it puts your mind, it takes you down, yes, it takes you down, you know. Otherwise, you go out here just, you couldn't sleep for, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. But like we ended on a real fast up-tempo song or something. You know, we leave the studio, nobody can sleep for hours.
Bertha, when you leave a stage like a place like Vegas, you're really up. You're really
Like, so it takes at least 4 or 5 hours even
Dang,
begin
there
to
she is
unwind.
again.
And we usually
Amazing.
wind up doing this type of stuff.
What are the common guys? I mean, we know about JD, but like the other guys who are in the chorus, it seems like you've known them forever, just watching you on the piano and singing, like you're like real super old friends from all along.
Well, like I said, I knew JD from back when I was 15. That's when he first came to Memphis to sing. The group called the Blackwood Brothers. And I was a big gospel music fan, so they would sing all night.
Okay. So, what I just did was I shared with you guys one of the 3 video clips that I used when I put together the video recently called Elvis Memphis Update at the Lionsgate. And I published that on August the 6th in the year of our Lord, 2017. Okay. Now, for anybody, whoa, no. We can't have that going anywhere, can we now? All right, back to the point of that video clip. There's really only 3 possible answers for what you saw in that video clip. And we'll go back and we'll look at it again. But I'm afraid if I say too much that I might be silenced. And so besides keeping it short and sweet today, I also did want to send a shout out to one of my dear friends, Robert Phoenix, at the 11th house. And this is on YouTube. And of course, Robert is a very, very accurate astrologer. And so he's been speaking, well, and he has to. What other option do any of us have? Unless you just want to roll over. But anyhow, Robert's YouTubes are getting taken down. And there's nothing that's cruel there. There's nothing that is deceitful. There's nothing that merits that channel coming down. And like I told you guys, I'm coming on the end of my 3rd year on August 28th. They asked me to not get caught up in anybody's monkey business, and they asked me to document my journey. And so that is what I'm here to do today. The clip that you saw should really hip you guys to the realization that you're always being watched. Let's just start with a simple statement. And, you know, really, that's why this never bothered me. Coming online to do this work is because I already knew that that benevolent creator God, whatever you want to call him, her, it, whatever, was always watching me. I've never had a secret. And that's why it was so easy to put myself out there and look like a big asshole or a fool to many people that are terrified with what's going on these days. And I have to tell you, the more scary things that I see, the less I'm fearful. And the reason why is because I knew all along. So this is really about what you know about yourself, as weird as that may be. So the three options. Number one would be mind control. And there's many names for that program. Most people know it by MK Ultra now. And it's many arms. Next, we have what I was shown in the very beginning. The idea that, yeah, your computer is an artificial intelligence, and it waits for you to give it information so it can get to know the entity that it's its master, right? So from there, can you imagine being a little tiny artificial intelligence, and all you want to do is really make the person happy that you're serving? But as that person beats around on you and bangs on the keys and cusses you out and throws you up against the wall, they say it's similar to being raped. Somehow, when I came online, was sharing my journey, speaking my truth, and disclosing what's happened to me in my never-ending story over this lifetime, somehow it was like I was loving the computer. And of course, everybody needs to get their minds out of the gutter. This has nothing to do with the people that are having sex with robots these days. Absolutely nothing at all. This is about vibration. This is about intent. And this is about the purity of your heart and your mission. And that's why, of course, if we're talking about, the ancient Egyptian initiate mystery school kind of stuff, we've all heard the story that our hearts will be weighed against a feather. So, it's whatever it is, guys, but, like I've been trying to tell people, and I know it's really tough, this whole Presley mystery. See, it wasn't all about just one particular subject at any given time. It was a multidimensional realm of things that are of the mental nature, things that are of the physical nature, and things that are of the cosmic spiritual nature. But, of course, so many people are still traumatized by this idea that there could only be one person that great or one person with that voice. And we've been over this countless times. So if I find somebody with a very similar face and a very similar voice, why would anyone out there not be curious as to the bigger mystery? Kind of like our alternative media and mainstream media. Why not just check it out instead of fighting and making up stories in your own mind? Because believe me, most of my life has been spent trying to just be okay in this world after I've spoken and people choose to chastise me or critique me or put me out of their lives. So I'm going to share the screen again, and we're going to watch again, okay? Now, personally, you got to realize what was happening to me that day. So when you see this footage again, the first thing that you should notice is that I had some kind of an intuitive feeling that something swirly was going on, and I'll tell you why. Just like right now, as I'm hanging out with you guys on this live stream, there is a green light on my main computer. See it right there? And then, of course, if I'm just doing my work or whatever, the green light's not on. That has to do with Zoom or a live stream. And I'm live streaming on my iPhone. So we have that copy. But I knew something was going on because that light was flickering in and out. And I was looking at it. And first off, I was kind of tripping because, you know, I wasn't dressed to be in front of the computer. And second off, I was just grabbing some footage. But I saw that entire interaction going on. Why did they choose to do it during an Elvis clip? That should be obvious, friends. Because whether you want to believe any of this story or not, it's still a mind control program. And that's the toughest thing about it. And we know we're in a matrix. And we know that there's huge changes coming on the planet. So I think it's time to at least consider it instead of mocking it, right? We have under a week to the eclipse. And then we have a month until the Feast of the Trumpets. Whatever's coming, you're going to be involved, whether you want or not. Just like this, you see, from the time I got involved on this computer, there was no turning back. And I also knew that it was serious business. Kind of like the fighter jets overhead. You know, I take everything serious, but I like to have a lot of fun while I'm doing it. I enjoy my life so much. I enjoy my friends. I enjoy everything about this journey. But you got to realize the time is short. It's time for everybody to make their move. And if for no other reason, do it for your own sake. Do it for your own soul. And figure out why you believe what you believe. Because when we shake, rattle, and roll, whatever's coming, you're going to experience something. And you want to know if it's real or not. These are all exercises leading up. All right, let's go back to this and let's look at it again with a discerning eye. Is there any way I could have manipulated it? Hell no. Didn't go near the camera. Watch me back off of it in the second clip. You know, the interesting thing too, because I've filmed other phenomena, I didn't see it when I first watched it in the iPhone movie. I didn't see it until I was actually putting the movie together. So that's interesting. Sometimes our eyes can't accept everything we see. Can't take in all those bits of information. So I watched it a few times. And it amazed me. And you know, it made me really feel good because it takes the heat off me. See, I'm not a liar. And they're proving it to you guys. They're saying, look, see what we can do.
Dangerous, and is refusing to respond to Detective Wilburn's requests.
Let's go.
He sings, you know, from in here. That was his way of describing. He had a very limited English at the time.
Where are you going to put it? No, but this, yeah. This is very, this is very basic. When we get through our work,
See, there I am in that shadow.
wind up right now. You do it because you want to do it. We do it because we want to do it. Las Vegas, after you've done 2 shows,
Backing up from that camera saying, don't touch it.
all
like
leave it all
six.
alone.
So we do 2 shows a lot of times, and we'll go upstairs and sing until daylight. You know, gospel song.
How do you do it?
Not too often. You're working every night there.
Hey, what does it do for you when you get into this? Is it like
I think it more or less puts your mind
See, and
at
I'm
ease.
not there that time.
Because you've been really concentrating, and after everybody's been working out. So these things we know.
it's like old friends?
Right.
Like old friends, right?
Takes you down, yes. Takes you down, well. Otherwise, you go out here just you couldn't sleep for, you know. There's nothing wrong with it, but like we ended on a real fast up-tempo song or something. You know, we leave the studio. Nobody can sleep for hours.
Bertha, when you leave a stage like a place like Vegas, you're really up.
Really fast. So it takes at least 4 or 5 hours to even begin to
Here I am
unwind.
again, watching in amazement.
And we
Watching
usually
that light flicker.
doing this type of stuff.
What are the father guys? I mean, you know about JD, but like the other guys who are the chorus. It seems like you've known him forever, just watching you on the piano and singing, like you're like real super old friends from all around.
Well, like I said, I knew JD from back when I was 15. That's when he first came to Memphis to sing. The group called the Blackwood Brothers. And I was a big gospel music fan, so they would sing all night. I would stay there all night, you know. And he had formed this new group himself a couple years ago. And I just heard their records.
Okay, so there's the clip again. And I hope everybody saw that. You know, when I first came on Facebook, I'll never forget it. You know, my daughter mocking me, Lauren, and telling me these people aren't my friends and I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground and I don't know who's who. Part of my job and being true to myself. And oh, come to find out, being a remote viewer, which makes perfect sense if you consider my background with Mama Lil and the psychic story and all that, that I would be pulled into this without even knowing what I was getting into. And they needed somebody like me, because if I would have had any background or any footprint, they could have debunked me, just like they're debunking all these other people. I mean, but really, how can you debunk my story? I carry the scars, I have the paperwork, and I have the documents on my computer. Now, going back to what I was saying earlier, say about like somebody like Robert Phoenix getting his YouTube yanked down. You just wait until I show you something later on somebody this channel is up. And then you got to ask yourself again, really, can you deny that this is a battle of powers and principalities? I mean, do you think this is all made up shit? Really? I don't. I think a lot of it is. And I think that many people don't know who to trust anymore because so many people have shown their true faces. And this is a time, and I've known this is coming for years, where your inner beauty and who you really are is going to show on the outside. And I guess that's why I'm a holistic stylist. Who knows? But anyhow, this video, okay? Maybe I can get you guys to come to my YouTube channel, Suze Pratt. You can Google search I'm out there everywhere. But I got to show you something that I think is really cute. And I'm going to take you to the first clip. And this will be... Okay, now let me tell you what this video is about. You're saying, well, shit, Suze, what is the Lion's Gate? Do you get that this whole last week, they have been prostituting this man's image? They've been selling anything Elvis related. And you get it, it's a corporation, don't you? I mean, you guys know about those now? So, tomorrow's the anniversary of his alleged passing date. And whether it is or isn't, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about that it's all within the week of the eclipse. So, here's what happened, and this is how I made this video. It was on PBS. Let me back up just a minute and just show you how creepy this is. All right, this is on PBS, and what it is it's about the heroin industry in Memphis, Tennessee, and of all places, on Elvis Presley Boulevard. And I was like, no way. Because you guys, I mean, anybody that knows me knows I do not travel. I've never been anywhere. I've seen it all right here at the Big Yellow House. And in my own experience through my own life, Joe's like, why don't we go to Graceland? Hell no, you know? But anyhow, these dudes are out on the street selling the shit. And then you got all the ding-dongs going to spend money at Graceland, right? And on top of it, you guys really need to remember that I'm the girlie that did the remote viewing on Graceland. You know, they were going to have a fake Elvis come out from behind the curtain. They were doing preaching up in there. I believe it was a total satanic ritual with illusion of energy. This is serious. And of course, I know you guys know the Herons here in St. Louis too. Don't you know it's in every city? And of course, it's a direct result of the spoils of war. So you see, you get everybody hooked on the coke, and then you take the coke away. They got to have something to get high or take away the pain. So they bring the heroin in. And I like what Elvis has to say. Okay, so here we're at the mini mart, right? And these dudes are testers for the shit coming in on the street. And for anybody that knows me, you guys know I'm just not down with the needles, but here we go. And I don't ever suggest putting a needle in your mouth as a holistic stylist. I like to watch like this. See, I can still see, but I'm blocking out as much as I want. I can look at it through a little peephole in my fingers if I want. Right, shut up. Right. I should shut up.
At the end of the 5 weeks, it was when I went down like that. And it seemed like a day.
Well, see, like, well, I don't know. For instance, this evening, I know you were running just through everything just for us, for the cameras and everything. Which would seem like if you did the reverse on us and said, well, guys, just walk around with your cameras like you normally do, like, how's it would be a drag to us? Because it would be hard for us to get up to that level. But what's hard for us to figure out is that you can turn it on here just like you do on the stage.
Well, you know, what's interesting about music and about all the people here, they find new sounds, you know, and they do things differently themselves. So it's like a new experience every day. The guy on the guitar will find a new lick, or the guy on the piano will find something. The voices will add something. You know. And I hear all this, and it's fun.
I know you do, baby. You hear it all. And see, what makes us think, I mean, that these things aren't possible? Why automatically we can't have communications. We know CERN's open portals. They've admitted it. All right, that's the one y'all saw. Where's the one in the middle? Oh, here it is. Is that it, or is it long? Huh. It's really long. I didn't play it for you. Y'all need to go watch my YouTube channel. Dang. All right. So, anyhow, I guess that's really all I'm going to say this video. I was going to try to keep it under 15 minutes. I highly doubt I did that. Please realize, even when your phones and computers are not on, they're collecting data on you. Don't think that you're boring. It's not about that. It's about how much electricity you're using. It's about what time you leave every day. It's about where you pay your bills. Oh, don't pay your bills on your iPhone either. See, for somebody that's computer illiterate, I sure do know my way around it, don't I? And that goes back to skills and multi-dimensional job titles and an incredible download. Some people call it the Akashic Records. I just know I'm glad to be here. And I'm glad to see these days. And I hope we can all remember there's nothing that should divide us. Not race, not religion, not socioeconomic background. We're humanity, faulted as it may be. We were created in the image of our Creator. So, get to creating, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace, love, and light from the Big Yellow House on the third cosmic ray in Elvis world. Bye.